Welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I installed these locks on my head, just keep on watching. I wanted this tutorial to be as close as possible to what I would actually do if a client was in my chair. I will put the gel right here that I would normally use. The first row or two, I don't use a lot of gel because that's usually where people get the most lint buildup, the most product buildup. So in order to prevent that, I usually skip gel in the back anyway. I'm gonna do one section straight across the back. I like to do an even amount on this row so that whenever I eventually get to strand twists, I won't have too much tugging and I'll be able to have an even amount of locks for the twist in the back. Put this back on my wrist, a little pop don't stop on there, and y'all can see it's thick. We're gonna take the pop don't stop, saturate it, my client's hair. I'll pretty much detangle everything and apply the pop don't stop ahead of time so that once I get to going, I can go. But since I'm going to be moving much slower than I normally would, I'm gonna just moisturize section by section. The back of my head is a looser texture, so these parts are going to be slightly bigger. I think that would be one, but how I do my coil at the root, let it go, split that in two, twist. First lock is in. So I'm gonna put 4 locks in this back row. 1, 2. And since I want to put 4 in this back row, I basically just needed to make sure that that second lock fell right in the center. So now that I have 2 in, I'm just going to clip those down. That's part number 3. A little bit more pop don't stop at the root for a little extra hold. The first row. And what the key is for C-shape is really getting the edge of the next part in the middle of the one below it. And that's what's going to help to have your locks falling in between each other to cover the parts. I'm pulling the hair up. So where I'm putting the pop don't stop is where I would normally put a little bit of gel. Twist. One I put right in the middle so that it will fall in between the 2 at the bottom. And then I'm just going to build from there. It's about 2.5-ish rows. If I had a goal, it would maybe be to get to around here. Getting the parts straight, it's going to be much easier if my hair is blow dried. Okay, y'all, so this is day 2. We are back, and I've actually made some progress earlier. The pop don't stop on the length of the hair. I use this on the root just to give a cleaner look. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do it without gel. I use gel in the shop because typically when people are paying for a service, whether it's a retwist, they really want their hair to look very sleek when they leave the chair. Gel is typically what gets that like super clean laid look. So, and I use it because it's water soluble, so you don't have to worry about product buildup, especially if you don't use a lot. As soon as you wash your hair, it's coming out. I've been using this product for around 2 years. I was using another product that was almost triple the price of this. I switched over to this, and like I said, I've been using it for 2 years on pretty much all of my clients, and they don't have product buildup. So I put 6 locks on either side of my middle part. The ones in the front are bigger, and that's really because my hair is just finer there, or you can tell where the hair is growing back because it had broken off because I had braids. I just like for these to be a little bit bigger just for down the line, set me up for success. I didn't make them so big that it's very clear that they are bigger. So you kind of figure out, okay, which 2 locks is this lock going in between? Clearly, it's going to be between this lock and this lock. Positioning in the middle of this one and somewhere close to the middle of that one. That's that part. It's centered in between those, so it falls right down in the middle. And even as I was creating this part, I was already thinking, okay, so the next one would have to go in between these 2. In between the one that I was creating and this one that was right there. So making sure that there is space for the next one to go. So now I'm going between these 2 root. Coil it. I'm a lefty, but I have gotten in the habit of twisting to the right. I think that's good. The only reason it looks smaller is because there's gel. So it's laid for real. So you can see this one, I put some mousse on it. I can expect my lock to be maybe like 1.5 times this size. When I start really like washing my hair and putting a lot of hydration into it. The locks that I have so far. And I can see it a little bit in the mirror. I haven't even looked at them in the mirror and I'm already like, I did it. So here's an example of what I usually have to end up explaining to my client. Because this hair is going to grow in and eventually become a part of this lock is definitely going to get thicker over time. So I'm not too worried about, like, say for instance, down the line, this end of the lock being thinner than the lock that eventually grows in there, because I'll probably have to trim at some point anyway. Back here are small, but they're not this small. So I'm going to show you how I decide how to make this bigger. Obviously, I can make it bigger by either extending it at the top, which I won't do because it's not going to be a circle. It's going to be more of oval. So I either have the option to extend it on this right, like pull some hair from the right, or the left. I have decided I'm going to pull a little bit from this side because then after I'm done that, this next section here will be just the right size for that next lock. But if I were to not pull anything from this section, that lock will be slightly too big. I hope that makes sense. I think that's a really good size. We'll clip the hair away. Let's add that hair. In my opinion, I added just enough to make that make sense. So there is the new lock. I think I'm going to do a really cool style, and I actually think I'm probably going to make that its own separate video. The best thing I'm doing is kind of like pinching this hair so that I can really see how much surface area is going to cover it. That'll let me know how high I want to go up with this. Sometimes it helps to add just a little bit of gel while you're trying to part. A lot of braiders do it, but I've found that it helps to really get that part super clean. And last night I just kept asking myself in my head, like, why didn't I call my sister? Definitely wanted to film this video so that you all can know that it is possible to do them yourself and to give you all pointers and everything. She definitely could have helped me, but I didn't even ask her. I'm trying to also remind myself that these parts will be cleaned up over time. As I get retwists, I will be able to clean up the parts as needed. I just love my hair and like twists, and I love it out. But I do want this to last, so beginner style. So I'm actually going to try and go up some. And I will come back once I've made a considerable amount of progress. So I'm about to watch my shows. Back with an update. I have so much done. Pretty much got my whole middle part. Just need to do like one more right there. This whole side. It's my left side, so that makes sense. I'm a lefty, so it's just easier to do. So what I have left is the right side. I blow dried my hair yesterday, and I didn't want to have to keep doing the blow dryer again and again and again today. So I did this method using rubber bands. Stretch that out a little bit while I work on this. I wanted to show y'all my middle part. Again, the ones in the side and along this part are slightly bigger. My hair is slightly longer than the last time I started my locks, but like it's still going to give me that same little like cute tapered look. Let me stop talking and get to work. And let me tell y'all how I was moving so fast on the side because I just started saying like, girl, either way, these locks gonna look good. Like my last set of locks, my parts and the different sizes of my locks was all over the place, and I found a way to really love them. So just like I tell my clients all the time, like I get the anxiety, but it's just not gonna be perfection at all times. Do all my parts, give circle and C shape, yes. Do all my locks, give they the same size, yes. Is my expertise shining through right now as I create these locks? Yes. So what am I worried about? I like that part right there. I'm sad, but I'm proud of me. Yeah, that was cute too. I think I'm in my bag now. I have a feeling I'm going to be getting a lot of starter lock consultations, and y'all gonna be saying, "Oh, my hair like yours." Like having my work be the inspiration for what y'all want is like, that's what's up. I'm so tired, but I finished. I don't know if it was because I'm sleepy or because this is my right side, but I felt like a lot of the parts, I just couldn't get them to look exactly how I wanted it to. Even if I don't like them that much, I'm gonna keep them in, and then like I'll just update y'all and let y'all know if I end up having them changed. Here they are. If you want to know why I chose this size, why I chose the parting, the method, my whole mindset behind starting these locks, definitely check out my last video where I'm giving a rundown of everything. This video is going to be the installation, and then the next video will be me styling my hair. So have a good one, and I'll see you all in my next video.